So, for anyone who watches Dr. John Campbell, the last couple days they've been focusing on repurposing drugs for treating cancers. In fact, there's a researcher out there who has found that, among other drugs, when you work them into a chemotherapy regimen, ivermectin, and I can't remember the other one offhand, fembendazole maybe, but they found that in a lot of really aggressive and hard to treat cancers, these particular drugs, when repurposed from their use as anti parasitic agents, has a really, really strong effect on certain cancers. And it kind of makes me laugh a little bit that finally here in 2025, we're talking about repurposing things, considering that when the initial news came out for potential use of ivermectin in COVID, one of the things I kind of laughed about and said is that, okay, this time in life is going to be the great repurposing. We're going to end up seeing that we need to use a bunch of different medicines for a bunch of different things, maybe recategorize certain medicines that exist, etc. And I remember talking about this very specifically with a friend, and still, I believe to this day, saved the text messages about it, just so that I would have something to look back on just in case that ever happened. And I just have to laugh at this point where Dr. John Campbell and some of his guests and colleagues who are in the medical world are starting to talk about the same thing finally, and actually with really good clinical evidence to back it up, on top of which I don't think we needed new things this whole time. I think we just needed to look back to medications that necessarily don't have working patents and profit margins that can be exploited the same way. And quite honestly, if we start working and looking at medicines the way that these individuals are, I think we might have a lot better shot as a society when it comes to our own medical autonomy and just better outcomes as a whole. Possibly even way cheaper too. So just something to think about. I'll link it in the description below so everyone can get to the actual video. But it was definitely something that was eye-opening and refreshing for myself at the very least to say. So.